If you're moving to the DC area and trying to figure out which school districts to target, I'm not going to rank them for you. I'm going to give you something more useful. I'm going to teach you how to evaluate them yourself. My name is Gerald Jordan. I'm an associate broker with the Home Team Realty Group and team lead of the Jordan Group. I'm licensed in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I was born and raised here, so I know this area like the back of my hand. And I work with a lot of relocation families every month who are trying to make the same decision you're looking to make right now. Now let me save you some time. But a quick note on why I'm not giving you a ranked list. Fair housing laws prohibit real estate agents from steering buyers to or away from certain neighborhoods based on school quality, because those rankings can correlate with race and income in ways that can create legal and ethical problems. So when you watch YouTube videos from agents who tell you this is the best school district, they're either skating past those rules or don't even know those rules exist. I'd rather give you actual data sources, the framework, and the trade-offs, and then I want you to decide. That's the job. But let me paint the picture for you first. The DMV has 7 major public school systems that you need to know about as a relocation buyer. On the DC side, you have DC Public Schools, which is the traditional public system, and you have DC Public Charter Schools, which is a completely separate network of over 60 charter schools. Both are tuition free. In Maryland, you got Montgomery County Public Schools, which is the largest district in the state with roughly 160,000 students. Prince George's County Public Schools is the second largest, and Howard County Public Schools, which is smaller, but often loops into the DMV searches. In Virginia, you have Fairfax County Public Schools, historically one of the biggest in the state. Loudoun County Public Schools, which has been one of the fastest growing districts in the region. Arlington Public Schools, which is small but dense. Alexandria City Public Schools, and Prince William County Schools, which is even further south. Each of these systems is its own world. Different funding levels, different specialty programs, different calendars, different cultures, different everything. A family moving from out of state often assumes that the DC area is one thing, and it just isn't. It's 7 separate ecosystems. But before I walk you through each one, let me give you the framework. This is how you actually evaluate the district for your specific kid. We're going to use 5 data sources. First is the State Department of Education report card. Every state publishes one. Maryland has a Maryland School Report Card, Virginia has a Virginia School Quality Profiles, and DC has the DC School Report Card. These are the official sources. What they're going to show you is test scores, graduation rates, enrollment demographics, per pupil spending, and teacher qualifications. Start here. It's objective and it's free. Number 2 is greatschools.org. This is the most commonly cited third-party rating site. They give schools a 1 to 10 rating. It's very useful, but make sure you take it with context. Their rating weighs test scores heavily, and test scores sometimes correlate with household incomes. A lower rated school isn't automatically a worse school. It often just serves as a different population with different resources at home. Number 3 is niche.com, which again is one of the sites that I use. It's very similar to grade schools, but includes more qualitative data, parent reviews, extracurricular activities, diversity, college admission outcomes, etc. Better for getting a feel for the culture. Number 4 is the district's own website. Every major DMV district has a website with information on specialty programs, immersion options, magnet programs, boundaries, and registration. You should read the program pages for the districts that you're considering. That is where you find the stuff that really doesn't show up in rating. Number 5 is actual parents. Join your local Facebook group, the local Nextdoor group, your neighborhood listservs. Ask people with kids in those schools what their experience has been. The internet ratings are one data point, but real parents are another. Both of them matter equal. If you use those 5 distinct sources for any district that you're seriously considering, you'll have a better read on the district than 95% of relocation buyers ever get. And you won't need me or anyone else to help rank them for you. Now let me talk you through each system. Let's start with the DC proper itself. DC has 2 public school systems running in parallel. DC Public Schools is the traditional district, and DC Public Charter Schools is a network of independently operated, publicly funded charter schools. Roughly half of DC public school students attend charter. This matters because in DC, your address doesn't determine the school the way it does in the suburbs. You can apply to charter schools anywhere in the city through a lottery system called My School DC. Even if your assigned neighborhood DCPS school isn't what you want, you have options. DC has some nationally recognized schools across both systems. You have dual language immersion programs, art-focused schools, STEM-focused schools, Montessori schools, language programs in Spanish, Mandarin, and French. If you're a family that wants a non-traditional educational environment, DC's charter ecosystem is actually one of the most diverse in the country. The trade-off is uncertainty. The lottery doesn't guarantee you a seat. Some schools have a very long wait list. So if you're relocating and your school placement is the #1 priority, DC is actually a more complicated bet than the suburbs where your boundaries are locked. Who tends to choose DC? Urban families who want walkability, cultural access, and a specific program type. A dual income professional household, or families without kids yet who are planning around future flexibility. If you want a yard, a 3-car garage, and a guaranteed seat at a specific school, DC isn't your play. Now let's move into Maryland and talk about the Montgomery County public school system, because this is a big one. Roughly 160,000 students across 200+ schools. This is the largest school district in Maryland. Montgomery County runs one of the most developed specialty program portfolios in the country. You have foreign language immersion in Chinese, French, and Spanish starting in kindergarten. You have magnet programs at the elementary, middle, and high school level. The Centers for Enriched Studies program, a countrywide IB program at Richard Montgomery High School, a science, math, and computer science magnet at Blair High School and Poolsville High School. So if your kid has a specific academic interest, Montgomery County has probably the best programs for it. The trade-offs is that many of the marquee programs are application-based or lottery-based. So you're competing for seats at a very prepared applicant pool. Housing in the highest demand Montgomery County neighborhoods also runs expensive. You have Bethesda, Chevy Chase, Potomac, and Silver Spring near the metro. You pay for access. Prince George's County Public Schools serves as a big chunk of the DMV east and south of DC. PG has been investing heavily into its specialty programs over the last several years. It has a strong network of career and technical education programs and multiple dual enrollment partnerships with local colleges. The county is huge geographically, so school quality varies a lot by the area. If you're considering PG, don't generalize across the whole county. Look at the specific feeder pattern for the specific neighborhood. Now, Howard County Public Schools sit between Montgomery and Baltimore. It consistently ranks well on state level metrics and has a reputation for strong academics. The trade-off for DMV focused relocation buyers is commute. Howard County is a lot further from DC proper. So if you and your spouse are working in the district, you're looking at a lot longer of a drive or a longer marked commute. For families whose jobs are more flexible or located north of DC, this is worth a look. Now let's take a look at Virginia. Fairfax County Public Schools. Fairfax County Public Schools is historically one of the largest and most well-funded districts in the county. It has some specific programs worth knowing about. Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology, also known as TJ, is a magnet school with a national reputation and a rigorous admissions process. Fairfax also has dual language immersion programs, IB programs, and a range of specialty academies. I do want to be honest about what I'm reading in the data though. Fairfax has seen a decline in overall enrollment over the past decade, while neighboring Loudoun and Arlington have grown. Recent Virginia Department of Education data shows a meaningful share of Fairfax students not meeting proficiency in state reading and math exams. Some of this is the pandemic recovery that is still in progress. Some of it reflects the district's size and complexity. But what this means for you as a buyer is that Fairfax is a big district with real range. The specific school and specific feeder pattern matter a lot. Don't just buy in Fairfax. Buy a specific school boundary. Loudoun County Public Schools is one of the fastest growing school districts in the entire state of Virginia. And Virginia is huge. Over the last 10 years, Loudoun gained more than 8,000 students while Fairfax was losing enrollment. That growth tracks with where a lot of newer housing is being built out west. You have the Ashburn, Leesburg, Brambleton, Aldi. If you work from home most of the time or your office is in the Dulles corridor, Loudoun is a strong candidate. If you're commuting into DC daily, know that you're looking at a serious drive or Metro Silver Line ride. Arlington public schools are small, dense, but high demand. Arlington is one of the most urban districts in the DMV outside of DC itself. Smaller class sizes than some of the larger Virginia districts, strong specialty programs including the Arlington Career Center and HB Woodlawn. The trade-off is housing costs. Arlington is one of the most expensive jurisdictions in the region. Entry-level housing in the best rated Arlington boundaries start high and go even higher. Now let's talk about Alexandria City Public Schools. It's a smaller system, around 16,000 students. C.C. Williams was rebranded as Alexandria City High School a few years ago. The district serves a very diverse population, including a significant percentage of English language learners, which shape the overall data in ways that often get misread by out-of-state buyers looking at a single ranking number. Old Town and Del Rey are high-demand Alexandria neighborhoods. Now let's talk about Prince William County schools. These are even further south than Fairfax. You have lower housing costs, but you're going to have a longer commute. For families who prioritize affordability and are willing to trade drive time for specific square footage, Prince William is worth researching. Like PG, it's a very big county and quality varies by area. Okay, now let me give you the framework I actually walk my relocation clients through. And this is how you narrow it down. Step 1 is the commute anchor. Where will you and your spouse physically be working? If one of you is on Capitol Hill every day and the other is remote, that's different than if both of you all were commuting to Reston. Start with the commute. Draw a reasonable drive time circle around your primary work location. That's your first filter. Step 2 is your housing budget. What can you actually afford? Because the districts with the highest name recognition also tend to come with the highest housing costs. An $800,000 budget gets you something very different in Bethesda than it does in Loudoun. Your budget and your commute together define your real geographic options. Step 3, consider your kid. This is the one most relocation buyers skip. What does your kid actually need? Does he need a gifted program, a structured traditional environment, an arts-focused school, a STEM-focused school, a language immersion program, or a school that handles a specific learning difference well? The answer to that question narrows down your district line faster than any ranking. Step 4, consider your family's non-school priorities. How important is walkability, diversity, a community fit, or proximity to family? These are the lifestyle factors that matter once your kid's at home and not in school during those spring and summer breaks. A lot of families pick the top-rated district on paper and end up unhappy because the community just doesn't fit. Now, step 5 is the 5-year test. Are you going to be in this area for at least 5 years? If you're relocating on a 3-year assignment, the cost of buying in the highest demand school district might not make sense. Sometimes the right move is to rent first, let the kids try the schools, and then buy later. If you work through those 5 steps before you ever look at a ranking, you'll narrow the district list down from 7 to 2 or 3 pretty quickly. And these 2 or 3 will actually fit your family, not just the internet's idea of what a good school district looks like. 3 pitfalls I see relocation buyers hit over and over again are: 1, buying the district's name instead of a specific school boundary. The school ratings in a big district like Fairfax, Montgomery, or PG can vary school to school. Don't buy into Montgomery County public schools. Buy into the specific elementary, middle, and high school feeder pattern. And run these 3 schools in the 5 data sources. The district name alone tells you almost nothing. Pitfall number 2 is not verifying the boundary before you close. School boundaries get redrawn. Boundaries also don't match what you see on Zillow or the listing flyer. Before you go under contract on a house because of its school, call the district's boundary office to confirm the current assignment. Do this in writing. I've seen families lose assignments to boundary changes, and you do not want that surprise. And pitfall 3 is confusing test scores with school quality. A school that scores lower on a test doesn't automatically make it worse for your kid. Test scores reflect the population the school serves. They don't reflect the quality of teaching, the strengths of the program, or the environment. Some of the most underrated schools in the DMV are places where great teachers are doing great work with kids who face more challenges at home. If your kid will thrive in a certain environment, don't rule school out because the number on the website says 6 instead of a 9. But my honest take for relocation buyers is that there is no best school district in the DMV. It's what fits best for you and your family. The families I see thrive after a move are the ones who did the homework themselves. They use the data, they visit the schools, they talk to parents who actually have kids there, and they match the district to the kid, not the kid to the ranking. So if you're starting this process from out of state, give yourself time, give yourself some grace, rent for the first year if you can, let your kids try 1 or 2 schools before you lock in a purchase. DC housing isn't going anywhere, guys. And in 2026, the market is soft enough where you're not racing against the clock the way you would have been 2 years ago. And if you need help with the actual real estate side, the neighborhood fit, the commute path, the feeder pattern verification, just reach out. That's the part I can legally and practically do for you. My team covers DC, Maryland, and Virginia. We walked a lot of families through this exact decision. The link is in the description. And if this video helped you, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and drop your questions in the comments. Tell me what district you're researching and what your kid is into. I read every comment, and I make videos based on what you're asking me. This is Gerald Jordan, signing out. I'll see you out there.